Hello, I'm Hartley Cruver, and I'd like to explain to you a few things that I've done through over 50 years of teaching in Christian schools, public schools, and 3 Christian colleges. And for all these years, I have been writing music for all my students of hymns, arrangements that would help them improve and go on to greater heights. My major was trumpet. I went through high school, studied with Max Denmark, Bolden Wallace Conservatory of Music in Bree, Ohio, close to where I lived in Cleveland. And he taught me all the major great trumpet players, all their arrangements I've written, I've played, and in my senior recital were 2 trumpet solos, The Sounds of the Hudson, The Bride of the Waves, that I got first in public school in Ohio. In Milwaukee, studied with an 85-year-old teacher in voice. I was in the Baldwin music store playing the piano, practicing, and of course talking to her and others there. And she came up to me and says, "I want to teach you voice." And I laughed at her. I tried all through college to sing. That hadn't worked too well. She said, I said, "What makes you think I can sing voice?" And she said, "Because you have a good speaking voice." And so she taught me 2 lessons a week, free, and through 8 months. And the techniques I learned for her helped me in trumpet and really widen my range from low C to high C, and which has opened the door for me in many ways. Then in Cleveland one day I was at a music store and asked them, "Do you know anyone that teaches Schillinger system musical composition?" And the manager there said, "Yes, I'll call him right up." Oh, I was going to wait a while. So he got him on the phone. I talked to him. It was a Thursday. Thursday night, after work, I went to his house, only 20 blocks away from where I lived. And he taught me, showed me in that lesson that all night long I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't believe what he was showing me after studying music theory in college. I'd like to explain about my books that I have, and I have quite a few, and you can get them on the website. And this is the Trumpet Book 1, and the piano accompaniment are bound together that you just cut through, and you have them both separate. I like the combs because when you open them up, they spread very easy. Most books you get, you have to really break the back a little bit so that they'll stay open for you. And this is Trumpet 1 book. This is Trumpet 2 book. And it has a lot of new challenges in it. And many of these are my favorites. And they have Joy to the World, Christmas one. A lot of technique in it, involved in it, that requires you to really work on. Double tongue involved with 16th notes and so forth. So that's for the trumpet 2. Then here's one for saxophone. And it's a challenge for saxophone players. I found out through the years that saxophone players improvise more and play by feeling rather than really getting the notes and getting technique worked down. And this is for flute, a little different cover, but it has all the piano arrangements written primarily to meet the flute and its characteristics. I have clarinet, they're all been sold, but clarinet, I write it to meet the full range of the instrument, not compromising instruments where you can play for trumpet, clarinet, and tenor sax, which is B flat also, but they're all written to meet the demands that the instrument can play. And so many of them are the same arrangements, but I wrote in them to meet the characteristics of each instrument.